With us on Skyview Sports on our golf Zoomcast, I have Jaacob Bowden. And Jacob, I first got acquainted with you when I ran across your videos on YouTube, and it was winter, and I was looking to get my golf swing going. And your videos hit the spot. I've been doing them on and off. I admit more off than on because I actually don't use rubber bands because I don't have anything to attach them to. I go to Planet Fitness and just use their power cables. And I put them, at first I was using 20 pounds, and I'm like, I know a golf club is not 20 pounds, obviously. And, but I went ahead and put them down, and I at least do the motions and all that kind of thing. So I hope I know that there's been a bunch of people probably found you that way.
Yeah, I guess looking back over the course, well, first of all, thanks for reaching out to me. I appreciate the interest and the opportunity to chat with you here. But yeah, with this, there's a number of videos on the YouTube channel, but I assume the ones you're talking about are like the ones related to swing speed training and what you can do to increase your swing speed. And looking back over my career, I've kind of had a career that has touched a lot of different areas. I don't know, maybe a little bit of a unicorn in the industry that I've had my hands in so many different things. I've definitely got a unique career, but swing speed training is one of the things that I developed an expertise on. And even before it got more popularized, I first started training people in 2007 after I was competing in long drive and just found some things that worked for me. And I wanted to test it on some other people. So I tested it on five people, different ages, different handicap skill levels. And the deal was if I could get 10 miles an hour or more with each one of them in a month, then I was going to do something with it. And I got 12 to 16 miles an hour with all five of them. So and just with the basic training, not the kinds of things that I was willing to try and do to compete in the World Long Drive Championships. It was more just what can the everyday person do and be willing to do and have some things that you could do where you don't need really expensive equipment or anything and can just make some gains. So, and now it's interesting that uh, all the data that's coming out and the technology is coming out that's really supporting the importance of distance. There's a direct correlation between your scoring average and handicap and index level and how far you hit the ball. So surely there are other aspects of the game that are important, but distance is definitely one of them. So um, glad you came across that video. And if it's the one I'm thinking of, that was something that was from April 2020. So the pandemic had just started the month prior. And
Yeah,
so I was
yeah, I
sitting at
think the
home trying to figure
videos.
out what to do.
Right. There were three or four of them, and I know I've been on all of them. I've actually know the three main moves, but what I'm interested in is that I'm going to take you back to the beginning. You said you were an average golfer when you were 27 years old, and so what changed things around so that you started from Jaacob Bowden, average golfer, to long drive champion? What clicked? You said you were golfing one day and something clicked. What was it?
Yeah, so I'm I'm almost 50 now. So this was back when I was 27. And at the time, I was 14 index golfer. I remember going to the driving range in my early mid 20s, and if I could get something out past the 225 marker at the driving range, it was like even just the 200 marker. It was like I felt like it was a good drive. So I certainly wasn't got an early start in golf or was a elite junior or something. I was kind of a late starter as far as like having a career goes with it. And so at the time I grew up in St. Louis. I was living in Kansas City, so living in the Midwest. And I was either going to move to Florida or California. And I knew one person in California. So I moved to California. And I thought I'd had some previous success in other sports. I played basketball in college and I had a tryout with the Twins for baseball. So I felt like if I uh, could apply what I knew about other sports, even though I wasn't good at golf at the time, if I quit my job and then I made my job practicing golf, and I had about 40,000 saved up, 20,000 of just regular cash, I guess, and then 20,000 that I'd already put towards retirement. I just cashed that in and like put it all together, and it was like, let me just try and live off this for a year and see if I can see what I can do with it. The idea was like, let me see if I can make the PGA Tour. And so I lived on a in a sleeping bag on a dirty garage, and I just went to got a membership at a Lost Canyons at Simi Valley in the Los Angeles area, and just got up every day and just trained and trained and trained. And well, once I arrived there, about a month after starting, um, I was on the driving range, and it was really windy. The Santa Ana winds were coming down, and it was not desirable golf conditions to play in. But there was this guy behind me hitting balls on the range, and there was a gust of wind that came along. I went into my backswing, and it blew me backwards. And I would have bumped into him. It was such a big gust of wind, but he also got knocked back by the same gust. So then we just kind of commented on each other's dedication to being out there in those conditions, and we started chatting. And it turns out this was this guy who just retired from the movie industry, a guy named Dan Schauger, and he was contemplating trying to give a go at the senior tour, and he was there that day to see if it made sense for him to join that particular golf course. And he liked what I was doing, and he was like, "Hey, you want me to teach you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was trying to find a way to get that 40,000 to just stretch out to who knows how long. I didn't know I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it or not. So the opportunity to get some free golf guidance, I think, was really great. But then it turns out he was really good friends with this guy named Mike Austin. And Mike Austin, for those golf nuts, he's the guy that Guinness Records credited with a 515-yard drive when he was 64 years old in the 19.
500-yard drive at age 64.
I know, right? It's kind of it's like unbelievable. And I remember when I was a teenager, my mom would say either you need to go take a nap or just stay in your room and you can read books. I guess it was her way of getting some quiet time. But I would read books, and I would read the old Guinness Book of World Records. And I remembered reading about this guy as a teenager. And then here I was getting this opportunity to meet him. And so I got to go over to his house and be taken under his wing. So that really helped. You're asking about what made the difference to start hitting the ball farther. Certainly, part of it was just I was practicing more, so that helped. And then getting the guidance from this guy that could hit a ball really far, that helped. So I was improving my technique, and then also I had already kind of gleaned on to the benefits of what you can do in the gym, and train your body and change your body. And that wasn't really the thinking at the time in the golf industry that you could do that. So it was a combination of more practice,
You froze.
improve tech, and develop and experiment with on myself. So between those three things, it really boosted my driving distance. And then I started in January, and by July, I won the televised Pinnacle Distance Challenge. It was where Cobra was sponsoring a long drive team. So like Jason Zubak, the guy had won the World Long Drive Championship 4 times, a bunch of other guys that were sponsored by Cobra as their long drive team. John Daly was on the team. And the idea was you would go up against these guys and see if you could outdrive them. And if you could, they would give you a $5,000 check. And I beat one of the guys. And then from there, you go to Las Vegas and you go up against John Daly and try and outdrive John Daly. So, yeah, so I'm kind of going on tangents here, but to answer your question, I guess briefly, um, I got more distance from more practice, improved technique, and then just working on my body.
Yeah. Now you've what was your long drive to win the little wager or whatever that they had? Did 350, 400? What was it?
381.
381 is fantastic. I mean, holy smokes. Now, now how many how many contests have you won since then or competed in? I mean, I have no idea.
I did long drive. Well, originally my whole goal was golf, but I was from rural Missouri. I didn't come from a trust fund or anything like that, so I had to figure out how I was going to like move forward and cover all the cost of trying to pursue this career. And so I got before I got better at golf, I got much longer. And someone posed the idea to me like, hey, you should get in long drive. So I started to focus a little bit more on long drive in 2003, 2006, and 2007. So I did it for 3 years. Won that Pinnacle Distance Challenge. I won some qualifiers for the World Long Drive Championships. Um, but long drive really wasn't at the core of what I really enjoyed about golf in the game. Long drive is very ego driven, I guess. I'm more of like a spiritual kind of guy. Like I like the zen of golf and walking in nature and just being outdoors and golf is like, all right, who's going to hit it? Or long drive is like, who's going to hit it the longest? And it's fun to hit it long, but I guess I just didn't connect with that vibe as much. So eventually, I just got myself out of long drive. But it really helped being involved in long drive because I learned so many things about how to hit the ball far and how to train to do that, which was definitely applicable towards becoming a better golfer and becoming a professional golfer and just the success that I ended up having subsequently in my career because of having ventured into the long drive world.
Yeah. Now you have shot in the 70s and 60s. According to your bio, like I think it's over 300 golf courses across the world. What are a couple of the top courses that you've had those posted those scores in?
Yeah, so I've gotten the golf has really shown me the world. I grew up in a small town called Barnhart outside of St. Louis, 33 acres. I was born in a trailer, so I didn't really expect to go much beyond the St. Louis area. And now I've been 31 countries, I believe, nearly 300 golf courses. I would say my favorite courses, one is the course I played when I grew up on, and that's just a nostalgia thing. It was just remembering playing with my dad, and so that was more nostalgic, I would say. And then I had good memories of the Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. I did the Speed Golf World Championships there, and so at a 72, which at the time no one had shot par in speed golf in the World Championships before in 55 minutes with just six clubs. So that was really cool. I love Bandon Dunes. Um, I had the opportunity to work at for the Pebble Beach Company for a while. So I got to play all the Pebble Beach courses a number of times. And then there was one course that really enjoyed over in Switzerland. It's where the Omega European Masters is held for the DP World Tour. And I would do they held qualifiers there for the DP World Tour event. And it's a golf course. The golf course itself is okay, but it's nestled in the Swiss Alps. So the backdrop to everything you see is these snow-capped mountains. It's just really, really beautiful. And then I got to play St. Andrews. Also, I did that with my dad. And that was really cool. Although it was fun to play the road, like things like the road hole and then the first hole and 18th hole. But personally, I didn't really like it as much as I expected. I like to be able to see where I'm going. And if you've gotten to play St. Andrews, it's a lot of blind shots. You can't see where the fairway is on a number of holes. You need to either play a practice round and to know where to aim your tee shot sometimes, or have a caddy or something that can tell you where to aim. So I don't particularly care for that uh, blind tee shots too much, but it's really fun playing on the ground over there. Like I remember on the road hole, I hit a drive over the hotel and uh, really hugging it was dangerously close to the hotel. But then I ended up in the fairway, and I had, I don't know, 100 yards or something to the hole, and I hit a 4 iron, and just kind of bounced it along the ground, and then it rolled up around the pothole bunker there and nestled up there. Had a birdie putt, missed that, but made par. So
Yeah.
that was cool. So I've kind of played a lot of like really amazing golf courses. And I used to love playing the Peter Hay course at Pebble Beach. Tiger's since renovated that, and it's now the Hay. But I would go round and round and round at the Peter Hay course, the little par 3 course at Pebble Beach there. That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Um, So let's say I want to, and I do want to. I want to get on a training program. So I don't know. I'm 62. I don't think I'm going to be hitting the ball 411 yards or whatever. But I want to get on a program, and I know that you're. I want to talk to you about the program that you're getting ready to go to. I think that you're kind of developing right now. Is it I know swing speed has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you can increase what 18 miles an hour like you did, that would be like 35 yards approximately. Is it stretching? Is it core training? I mean, what are the 3 or 4 things that you would recommend to somebody, and if you were to put them on a step-by-step process, and then maybe put them onto your training program? I mean, you outline something for somebody that comes and see you.
Yeah, so the most of my swing speed training stuff is on at a website called swingmangolf.com. So you can go there and get like different levels of programs depending on your
And
commitment.
I will,
But
we're going to post that on a lower third so that somebody can actually contact your company or you or whatever, how it works, because that's the name of the game. Everybody wants to hit it long and straight.
yeah, yeah, right. And with the swing speed training in particular, so there's, like I was saying, there was 3 things that really helped me hit the ball farther. I was practicing more. I was improving my technique. So there are those kinds of, and I'd optimized my equipment, which is even better now. There's the difference between 2 brand new drivers, that one is poorly fit for you and one that's well fit for you. I've hit a driver with a 30-yard difference, 2 brand new drivers. So the fitting is really important. But from a swing speed training standpoint, there's a couple main keys that some of the industry is starting to kind of glean onto, but they haven't really gotten the full picture. And even, I still learn things as well. But um, the 2 main things are, one, practicing swinging fast, and two, making your golf swing stronger, most importantly on your downswing. So the industry is starting to get the part of just practicing swinging faster. And that's like anything in the world. If you want to get better at something, it makes sense from a simplistic standpoint, like, oh, let me just practice this, I'll get better at it. So if you spend a little time, a couple times a week, making 30 swings or so, just working on your speed, that is one a big piece of it. And you see that in like training aids like Stack or Super Speed Golf, or different training aids where basically you're just practicing swinging fast. And then that second component, making your golf swing muscles stronger, most importantly, your downswing muscles, because everyone starts at 0 at the top of the backswing. There is a correlation with length of backswing and swing speed, but wherever you start and wherever you get to an impact, um, uh, everyone starts at 0, and then you get to whatever you are at impact. So to strengthen those downswing muscles, one pretty easy thing to do are band isometrics, and those are shown in that video that you probably came across. So if you hold a lot of band resistance, as much as you can in good posture, for 8 to 10 seconds, and then you do it with right hand only and left hand only, and then you go down to halfway down with 2 hands, right hand only, left hand only, and then to impact, 2 hands, right hand only, left hand only. And you do that a couple times a week, and over the course of a month, if you just gradually increase the resistance that you're doing over the course of those few weeks and months, not only are you practicing swinging faster, but then you're getting your downswing muscles a little bit stronger. And that's where you can get, just with a couple times a week, you can get that 12 to 16 mile an hour gain just with some very basic training. So you do need, you don't really need to buy any training aids. You can just use your driver. It does help if you have a radar just to measure your speed. And then some bands are, you can get those on Amazon or at a sporting goods store. With the bands, it does help, I think, to have bands that you can add resistance to. I have some ones that like have little clips so you can add different resistance bands to give more resistance, and they're numbered and colored so that you can tell whether or not you're making a gain or not. And then a lot of those bands, they'll come with a door anchor. So if you want to do it at home or in your office or your garage or wherever, you can just anchor those into a door frame. And use the door frame to work on the band resistance. So just at a basic level, those two things, practice swinging fast, make your downswing muscle stronger over the course of a month can really give you a nice boost in your speed. And I do want to reiterate also, or just point out that you have a play speed and then you have a max speed. In my testing, the speed that you can still control is about 92 to 96% of whatever your max is. So with swing speed training, you're trying to raise or work in the max area and you try and raise that. So, but when you, after a few weeks, if you have raised your max and then you back off to your play speed, that's gone up proportionally. So it's important to still play in your play speed, but the idea is to raise what your body is able to do over the course of a few weeks and months.
Now, when you your product that you have, is it ready on the internet? Is it ready for sale, or you can buy something off the website, or have access to videos, or is it something you're still developing? And
Yeah, so Swingman Golf, I launched that in 2007 after my third year in long drive. So it's been out there for 17, 18 years, but the site has gone through, it's on its third iteration now. It was in the first iteration from 2007 to 12, and then from 2013 to 19, and then 2019 to 2025. And now I'm starting to work on the fourth iteration. It's not out yet, but
and that's what you were talking about when we had our initial conversation, that you're in the fourth generation right now.
yeah, it's technology is moving really, really fast these days. So it's just time, and I've learned more things also. So it's time for a refresh. It's time for an update. It's time for the next version.
All right. Well, with that, I think this is where we should leave it. We talked about a few other things off the air, and we'll get in touch on that. And once again, give us the website address so that people can check you out. I'm sure that people are going to see you hit it long, but more importantly, everybody wants to know what you can do for them. Your products are on there, and you're going to change somebody's golf game, maybe even their mental approach and how they practice and so forth, because that's very important. I'm one of those people that enjoy practicing. And
oh, same.
yeah, there's nothing worse than getting a lesson and then you're good for half the round, and then the other half you're like, but in golf, even if there's only 3 holes left, you're always shooting for something. You're always it's a journey. It's not a destination. You're never done with this. I mean, guys are still getting lessons that are on the PGA Tour. That's why they got coaches out. So give us that address so that I want people, once again, to get this honed in, and hopefully you'll make a few sales out of this.
Yeah, the main product site, I guess, is swingmangolf.com.
And it's very simple, swingmangolf.com. With us, Jaacob Bowden. And Jacob, we're definitely going to have conversations with you every once in a while and find out how things are going in your journey, because it seems like you have a very unique run, and it's evolving. You're still playing in tournaments, and you still got goals. And I think we definitely got to come back to you, and I'll get a hold of you off the air and see if we can't do that little project we talked about. Jaacob Bowden, everybody. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And this will be out probably later in the week, okay?
Okay, sounds great.